Okay, we have a very quick one. It's a Mazda. It's a 2003 Mazda Demio with a 1.3 liter engine and an automatic transmission. If you look at it, we took it apart everywhere, even the instrument cluster. See that? The first shelf of the instrument cluster is here. There's stuff in the back, and the story of the car is we towed it in. Actually got a phone call at night around 11 o'clock, and the owner was stuck by the roadside. So I happened to be just about to pass where the car was, and I went and attended to the emergency. The vehicle was brought to. Oh, I had to call in Musa to help me have preliminary checks by the roadside. We discovered it had alternator stroke battery issues. The next morning, Musa got a good battery and brought the vehicle to the garage. Now, the alternator stroke battery issue is work in progress, but the owner of the car told us it has a long history. It's been to so many garages. It's been she doesn't even remember what's original on the car. I think the gearbox has been changed, the engine or the engine computer too, the instrument cluster. Some ninjas did plenty of hacking on it. Check all those wires, decimated everywhere. See that? That's what it looks like. It has a lot of warning LEDs showing with the key on. Man, it had a long story, but when Musa was bringing it, with a good battery, he realized and confirmed the customer's other complaint that when the vehicle ran, it was stuck in one gear, and that means the transmission is in fail-safe mode. I think it's in third gear. So that is the issue I'm dealing with. I'm trying to also deal with the instrument cluster issue at the same time. Bottom line, what it has come to so far, what I've discovered, when I put the diagnostic machine on, right now, I can read with this tool. I can read the engine control module and the SRS module. I can't read anything from the ABS module, and I'll explain shortly why that is happening. With the other machine, we have another diagnostic machine. Actually, we have several. This one won't read the instrument cluster, but we have several other machines that can. The instrument cluster also has fault codes, but what I've just discovered, unfortunately, I can't take you through all the steps I have gone through, but I've just spent about an hour on the vehicle. The demolition job that you see here on the instrument cluster, that was done by Sam while I was away, because I told him, once he told me he was seeing communication codes, as you can see on the screen. The engine control module is complaining that it can't see the ABS module. It's not only the engine control module, it is the powertrain control module, meaning it's a two-in-one. It controls both the engine and the gearbox. So it can't see the ABS module, and I think that explains why the transmission is in fail-safe mode, because to get vehicle speeds on this model of car, the powertrain control module needs to speak to the ABS module to get an average value of the ABS wheel speed sensor readings, and then it would know the shift points for when to activate what solenoid to change to the right gear. So since the powertrain control module is not getting that information, is putting the gearbox in fail-safe mode. It doesn't know what speed the car is actually doing, so it will just put it in one gear so you can get it home or the garage, whatever, but it won't operate normally. So that brought me to investigate the communication issues. This vehicle is fitted with a controller area network architecture. Basically, you have a pair of twisted wires, white and red. This pair of wires, you see that it was broken here before, and I'm using the brakes that were put in this wire before by another garage to do my testing. I just found it convenient, although I would have found other ways of doing that, but I found the brakes, so I decided to test them. But that's the pair of wires I'm talking about, this pair, red and black. Now that pair of wires connects the instrument cluster to the powertrain control module and to the ABS module. The two, apart from the instrument cluster, which is inside the passenger cab, the powertrain control module and the ABS module are in the engine room. I'll be showing them to you shortly, and you see the same red and white wires going there, and that pair of wires is what the three modules use to communicate between themselves. So if that network goes down, you are going to have issues. Now, like I said, I'm not going to take you through everything that I've done because it took me 1 hour, but I've discovered that the ABS module is at fault because there is continuity. By the way, I first confirmed continuity of these two wires from module to module. I confirmed it has continuity to all the three modules, and then I unplugged one by one, and just by using resistance checks and reading oscilloscope signals like those, you see them, those are CAN bus communication signals. It's a bit of a tedious process. I'll not take you through it, but take it from me. I discovered the ABS module is actually playing dead possum with regards to CAN communication. It's alive. It's alive in itself. It's getting power. It's controlling everything that it should. Everything that's under its control. seems to be working, with the exception of the communication between it and the other modules. And now there are other modules waiting for information from it. They're not getting it, and that's why we are having the issues like I've just explained. So bottom line is, first of all, this vehicle is going to need a new ABS control module that can communicate with all the other modules. Once we have the speed signal coming from the ABS module on the CAN bus system to the powertrain control module, and we regain, oh, I forgot to mention that the speedometer also doesn't work. So the reason for that is again because of the lack of communication. Once all that is restored, then we shall tackle the issue of, see, so many LEDs staying on, and I think that's because of the communication issues. One of them is probably the ABS warning lamp. I've seen the one for the alternator, because the powertrain control module is communicating successfully with the instrument cluster. If these lights don't go away, because I've seen the light for the alternator, looking at this, and you take it from that, we have the light for the seat belt, for the oil pressure, for the brake light, all those are staying lit when the engine is running. And there's one that was kind of blanked out, I don't know why, by a previous garage. That's for the battery. And then there's one for SRS and one for the door, and of course the check engine light. Check engine light, I've seen it goes out. ABS light up here doesn't, and we have 5 lamps that remain on: seat belt, engine oil pressure warning light, the handbrake, SRS. Yeah, those 4 remain on. Now looking at the hack job that was done on this vehicle, I wouldn't be surprised as to why all those lights are remaining on. Anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to need our priority right now is to get the vehicle or the transmission to be able to change gears. So we are less worried about the instrument cluster at this point. We are going to, for now, to concentrate on the re-establishing communication between the ABS module and the powertrain control module. And the only way we are going to do that, because I've spent an hour, like I mentioned, looking at the wiring, we are going to need a new ABS control module for that. If we do that successfully, I think I will make another video I may make another video for the repair of the instrument cluster, but that's a separate job. I will show you the wires that I was talking about. One of the tools that I've used on this job is the portable oscilloscope. So the tools I've used on this job, the scan tool itself, the portable oscilloscope, multimeter down there for continuity tests and preliminary voltage tests. This is the powertrain control module up here. You can hear some noise. There is a fan inside there to cool it because it's sitting right on top of the engine. Engine is down there, coils. That's a cooling fan for the powertrain control module. And these are the communication wires that I mentioned, red and white. Mentioned this before. The same pair of wires goes down to the ABS module, which is down here. See, it's the same pair of wires right here. So this is the guy that's not communicating with all the other modules and bringing down the entire CAN bus network. So we are going to have to change that guy. Unfortunately, I can't take you through all the tests I did. They're a bit lengthy, and I have